Hi, Dr. Woodland here. A new viral trend that's out there is called Sleepmaxxing. What is it? And more importantly, does it work? Let's become more aware together. Studies show that we are becoming increasingly dissatisfied with our sleep. There's some studies out there that have shown even up to like 40% of their respondents are chronically dissatisfied with their sleep. And thinking about the general population, about 30% of Americans have some sort of insomnia. So it goes to show that there's a need to improve our sleep. And Sleepmaxxing is potentially a way. So what is Sleepmaxxing? Sleepmaxxing is known as a sustained effort to potentially even obtain perfect sleep. And the way you do this is by removing disturbances, distractions, and oftentimes people who are sleep maxers, so to speak, they use lots of implements such as jaw straps, melatonin, different sleep supplements or vitamins, sleep trackers, all in the effort of obtaining that perfect night's rest. So let's talk about some pros and cons to Sleepmaxxing. First of all, the pros. It's important to note that as far as pros go, you're trying to improve your sleep. And as a sleep psychologist, I like it when people are making efforts to improve their sleep. I think that's a great thing. Another pro is that you're becoming more aware. You're becoming more aware of your sleep because you're making that sustained effort with it. You're doing a trial and error process, seeing what works, what doesn't work with your sleep. That's a good thing. Also, with Sleepmaxxing, you might also actually see improved sleep. And I think this is in particular going to be with people who have subclinical insomnia, so people who maybe they don't have full-blown insomnia, but they are looking to improve their sleep still. You're gonna see improved sleep more than likely when you're doing some of these things. Now, in terms of the cons, one of the biggest cons that I see as a psychologist is that the idea of obtaining perfect sleep kind of perpetuates a little bit of this trend where we're seeing this in the mental health space, where a desire for perfect functioning can lead to obsessiveness and pathology as well, to the point where it gets in the way of you living the life that you want to live, or a fully functional life. Other examples of this kind of ortho trend is orthorexia is probably the most common one, where one becomes obsessed with perfect eating or perfect health, whether it be with eating or with exercise. Also scrupulosity, which is an obsessive focus on morality, doing exactly as kind of what your moral or religious beliefs dictate. And then another one might be even body dysmorphia, kind of this obsession with the perfect looking body. Another con is that with Sleepmaxxing, it takes the focus away from things that maybe are more foundational to sleep. I recently have posted a video about what I call my 3 pillars of sleep. And these are really the things that are at the root of good sleep. But often I've noticed with this Sleepmaxxing trend that people focus more on, well, what's going to make me more comfortable, whether it's this implement or that, but maybe less focus on the other 2 big pillars, which are your sleep drive and your circadian rhythms, right? So they just focus on being more relaxed instead of focusing on all 3 of those pillars. And so it can be a little maybe distracting from focusing on really what's at the foundation, at the core of good sleep. And then another con is that, with a lot of these trends of kind of finding the perfect implement, is that you end up putting control in many ways to something else, whether it's an eye mask, whether it's the melatonin, whether it's that perfect sleep routine, right? I've seen this a lot with my patients where they feel the need to kind of really tamp down on their nighttime routine, for example, and then are shocked, dismayed, and oftentimes distressed by when, even in spite of the perfect kind of like steps that they go through, they still don't have a good night. And again, going back to those 3 pillars, they're probably neglecting 1 or 2 of the other pillars that are essential for good sleep, okay? Another issue or another con is perpetuating negative sleep thoughts. So what are negative sleep thoughts? These are any thoughts or beliefs that we have about sleep or bed or bedtime that keep us awake. And the more that we employ these during the day or night, they will keep us awake, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, if we're focused on, I need X, Y, or Z to happen in order to obtain perfect sleep, this will cement and solidify some of these negative beliefs about sleep instead of improving our relationship with sleep. So, what's my opinion about Sleepmaxxing? Not all that glitters is gold. And like much of the internet trends out there, Sleepmaxxing, I think, is one of those that perhaps looks beyond the mark of what you're trying to accomplish. Sleepmaxxing is a worthy pursuit, you know, in particular given in moderation, right? And what we want to avoid doing is obsessing over our sleep. Because again, obsessing over our sleep is going to lead to worsened sleep. Now, the other important piece to note is that the best approach to perfect sleep is first to know that it doesn't exist. I'll say that again. Perfect sleep doesn't exist. We all wake up multiple times a night. Studies show this. There's always going to be something that gets in the way of having good sleep. By virtue of simply the fact that we are in an industrialized world, highly connected, 24-hour news cycle, all of this is going to sap our sleep, okay? So perfect sleep doesn't exist. But what we can do is we can still approach healthier sleep day by day, night by night. And while maybe it's less fancy, less sexy, less buzzy, relying on and maximizing the 3 pillars of sleep will always produce better sleep, including managing our own anxiety about sleep itself. Appreciate you being here on this video today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love to hear from you in the comments as well, your feedback about Sleepmaxxing, your opinions as well. Love to hear from you. Have a good day.